Hey guys, it's the last week of March, and let's take a look and see what's happening because there's a lot happening in everyone's gardens. I'm sure you are seeing it too. And what I love to see, this is my lovely lilac, and it is so full of flower buds. And here in, Western West Virginia, Zone 6B, last year was the first time we got away without a major frost on our lilac, and it bloomed for the first time every bloom. I mean, I've had to throw um, sheets over it, and you might get one or two blooms. But you just look ahead and you hope Mother Nature doesn't really foul things up in a way that you want to see the whole thing in bloom. But come on, let's see what else is happening. Of course, the blueberry looks great. I've shown you pictures of this lower bed with the hellebores and the daffodils, and I have early bloomers, mid bloomers, and late bloomers, and of daffodils. And the mid to late bloomers do so much better because they don't get hit with that first real cold snap. And the hellebores are just spectacular. I just think what a bouquet this would be to, this is my double white winter plum, and that is a picotee of some sort.
And you've got that yellow one back there.
Yeah. Oh, that I forgot. I don't even remember what that one was. It's a greenish yellow, so full of color. Loving it all. And the primroses. Look, I just noticed they have started coming out this beautiful shade of deep purple against that yellow. Yay. Also, I walked around like I do every morning. The ruffled columbine have taken off.
Oh, I can't see it, but
Those
I'll
green
take your
little
word
leaves.
for it.
Can you see the green little leaves anywhere?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh, there's 25, 30. Of course, the larkspur are still holding their own, plenty, and the liatris. So these winter sown pots have just done better than I expected. But come on down. Let's look and see what else is coming alive. Everything is coming alive.
This bright red over here is nice.
Isn't that gorgeous, Reggie? That's our, let me tell you, that came back with us in a 4-inch pot from Mackinac Island. And this is the double play doozy.
Oh, yeah.
Spirea.
Yeah.
And look how well it came back in a 4-inch pot, and that was 4 years ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. But it gets beautiful red blooms, and the color of the leaves are spectacular. Spectacular. I have a foxglove over there that I'm going to come out probably this week. And what I like to see, and if you have foxglove in your garden, these leaves from last year can all be cut back, and it will just make your plant look that much nicer. And then here, this weed, hairy bittercress. So when it pulls up that easy, just like now,
it's time to weed.
It's time to weed. I'll probably stay out here today for a little bit and get rid of this hairy bittercress, because you can see what you want to do with any weed. If it blooms, you don't want it to go to seed because it just pops everywhere. Anyhow, we'll get it. We'll get it taken care of. Oh, you can see, I just noticed too. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful.
Hyacinth?
The hyacinths have started to bloom. The daffodils have been blooming. Oh, my dappled willow is in green leaf. Things happen overnight. It's been cold, and I haven't been rainy and yucky, and I haven't been out and about to see how much has bloomed. But it's when you walk through your garden like right now and you see the daffodils, it's a good time to make a note or to put a stick and say, I need to divide these out a little bit, which I may separate this row of these beautiful white and yellow daffodils out for next season. The other thing we're seeing besides, primroses coming up. Yay. Everything. Tulips, I've sprayed twice. I haven't seen any more deer sign of them digging up the bulbs, so we may get to see them bloom. Oh, the yellow primrose back in here too. Look at these. Oh, by the 1st of April, there'll be so much more color. And I like that, seeing the color come alive. This is the larkspur that we divided back in the maybe late winter or fall.
Yeah.
And they're holding their own. So I like seeing that. We've had a lot of wind, so you can see all the limbs from the willow tree everywhere. The shade garden's coming alive over here. My pulmonaria has a little bloom. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's going to have a pink and blue bloom. These pulmonarias are gorgeous. This is spot on. That is going to be so great. Yeah, it's exciting. I love it. I love this little nook right here against the river. These daffodils have been here for a while, but I love the white and the yellow, particularly in this spot, because it brightens it up. That's just what, I like to see. Oh, look at this too. The red bud. They call it a red bud, but the buds are actually purple.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous tree.
Yeah. This is from Barb. And we've had this now 3 years in our garden, and she had carried it with her from out in Illinois and gave it to me and let me have it in my garden. It's going to be so pretty this year. Let's keep looking. You just have to walk through, take a look around. The rose looks good that we pruned. You can see all the new growth coming out on it. That looks nice. So glad to get those things done and some fertilization done. And that's another thing we'll do in the next week or so is I'll get some bone meal on my irises and some new compost where you can see, I just see this. My hostas are starting to come through the ground. They'll get sprayed once you start seeing the leaf, because that is so sweet to deer. They love it. And the clematis is doing so well back there. Jack Manii, I love it. It's just a great place to be. Two things have happened last summer that I will continue to do, and this was a great choice. This bench. If you haven't a spot to sit yourself down in the middle of your garden and look at it, it took
what's the view from there?
30 years, And Arya, look at that. Yeah, that's your view of the main perennial border. And it's so nice to have this because you sit, it forces you to sit and take a look of and make notes of what you want to do. The other thing I did last summer that I'm going to do more of, I had 2 girlfriends come for an evening of cocktail and a simple supper, and I put a table and chairs in this garden. It was the end of July, August, and I had never sat like at 6 o'clock in the middle of my garden and saw all the bees, all the butterflies, all the activity. It, to me, was the best evening ever. I didn't, push them like, do you see that? Do you see that? No, we just sat and had a good time. But for me, it's like, I need to do more of that. I want to put maybe that table and chairs in the garden, but mowing around it could be a problem. But anyhow, I have gone off tangent just sitting here thinking of the good memories. And you have to sit. If you don't sit, you don't have the memories. You don't get to enjoy it. And it all happens very quickly. So if you don't sit and take a look at what's in bloom today, it's all going to change tomorrow. And we've waited how many months, people? We've waited, and 3 feet of snow over top of stuff, and that was fun too. But we're done. I still haven't gotten that the other trunk out so I can get a tree put in there. So I will get that done. It's still like the end of March. We have plenty of time. So this is what's happening in my garden. Garlic looks great. I plan to get some Roby's beans planted this summer, maybe tomatoes. We're going to soon though. It's only March. We still have to open up to April and see more things come alive. So that's it. That's it for today, guys. I wanted to see what the end of March looks like, and so we can compare it to April. Oh wait, I can see this Carnabina. This is Sarah Elizabeth. I can see some growth on her. Need to get her a little fertilization. So anyhow, that's what happens. Squirrel, you get distracted. But get out there, weed your gardens, and cut a bouquet of daffodils if you have them. Thanks for watching Gardening on the West Fork. We'll see you in the next few weeks. Bye, guys.